everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Charmaine and today's video will be the third of my 5-day long favorites of 2019 series, and in today's video we will be doing my hair care, body care and random favorites of 2019. I've already done my makeup and skincare favorites of 2019, so if you missed those videos, I'll link them up here and down below so that you can go and watch those. And there will also be 2 more videos coming up tomorrow and the day after, featuring my top favorite YouTubers of 2019 as well as my top favorite Instagram accounts of 2019. And without further ado, let's jump into today's top 10 hair, body and miscellaneous random favorites of 2019. For today's video, I will do it a bit differently. The past 2 videos I've been doing it in the rankings of a style, but for my hair care, body care and random favorites videos, I decided to just categorize them as such so that it's a lot more followable than just like a ranking thing. So let's start with like hair care. I have one hair care product to show, and I'm not a hair expert and I barely know how to do my own hair. I've been learning, but I'm still not very good. But the one product that I am very glad to have gotten this year is this N-Dot Polish Oil. I have the very tiny bottle. There's actually like a way bigger size bottle of this polish oil, and this is actually a Japanese hair product, and if I'm not wrong, you can only get this when you go to like the hair salons in Japan. The reason why I have access to this is because I used to work with a team of Japanese hairstylists that work here in Singapore from Hair Studio Flamingo. Back when one of my ex-colleagues went back home, she brought over a bunch of this hair oil and she sold me one of the smaller bottles for me to try because I didn't know whether I would like it or not. Lo and behold, it is now in my favorites video. I haven't used much of it, but you don't really need a lot. So what this product is a very heavy it's a heavier but still not too heavy hair oil product. I actually don't have any in my hair right now, so I will demo and show it to you. They just put like maybe 2 to 3 drops like this, which is more than enough for hair my length. Oh yeah, and by the way, they have like a very good like orangey, citrusy sort of scent, fragrance to this oil. And anyways, so what they do is they just run their hands over the hairs like hair that's already curled like this, and they focus most of the product on the ends and sort of give it a massage. This is an oil that actually has a bit of like a holding property to it, so it holds the curl quite well. And because it's like a heavier oil, it also kind of gives the hair a very piecey, borderline greasy but more like wet looking sort of effect to the hair. And that kind of look has been really on trend in Japan for a while now, and I've been trying to get that look. Still, I realized that nothing that you can find in Singapore really works for that kind of look except for this oil, which I got from Japan. If you can see, like from like when I started the video till now, you can see that my hair has become a little bit more piecey, slightly oilier, but it just looks like it's a bit wet. You see, like it's not fully dried, and that just gives the hair a lot of texture. To style the hair, what they usually do is they just tease out a couple of pieces here and there to make sure that it's not too uniform altogether like this, and then you just get like the perfect sort of tousled Japanesey wavy look. The reason why I haven't used a lot of this is because unlike Japan, where the climate is much drier and therefore no one would assume that you're sweating all the time, it's very hot and humid here in Singapore. So the look that they rock back home, which is a very like wet look sort of hair, it doesn't really work in Singapore because like people would just be like, are you okay? Did you get caught in the rain? Are you sweating? Ew, did you not wash your hair for 3 days? Like, it becomes that kind of look, and it's like a fine line that is very hard to cross when you're in Singapore. So as much as I love this product, I just only reserve it for days where I know that I can deal with that sort of danger of my hair becoming that kind of Look, but in any case, it's still like one of the best hair oil slash styling products that I've used so far, and I've used quite a couple of them this year, having changed my hair up so much. In terms of accessibility, I think you can only get this in Japan for now. I am pretty sure that my salon is gonna start selling it soon, if I'm not wrong. I don't think they're selling it yet, but I think my salon will get around to selling this at some point. So if you want to get this, maybe check with your local Japanese hair salon and see if they would have this in stock, or just head down to Hair Studio Flamingo and ask for a bottle. They might just have one in stock for you. Next up, I have a couple of body care products, and this is the Super Good Play Everyday Sunscreen with Sunflower Extract, Broad Spectrum SPF 50 PA Quadruple Plus, water and sweat resistant for 80 minutes. Says that it's a face and body lotion ideal for a day of play every day. It is a humongous bottle of sunscreen, and in Singapore it's very hard to go a day without getting exposed to very strong sunlight, so I like to stay protected whenever I can. It's always been a chore, honestly, and a lot of us can attest to not being very diligent about using sunscreen, especially on the body. It's different for the face because it's so much easier to just have like a dedicated sunscreen step in your skincare routine, but for the body it's always very difficult to stick to a routine unless you're very conscious about sunscreen in your body care routine, because most sunscreen is thick and sticky, and it just takes a lot of work. It's an extra step in the morning, and there's a lot of excuses that I can give you that I have given excuses for not using sunscreen, but all the excuses just flew out the window when I bought this Supergoop sunscreen from Sephora and tried it out. And this sunscreen is hands down the best sunscreen I've ever tried in my life. I think the body sunscreens that are very popular or like that are widely known are the ones where you use before you go swimming and for sports and stuff, and they have this strong sunscreen smell that stays with you, and it's like a formula that you don't really want to wear outside. It has a very like let's go to the pool kind of like image to it, don't you think? Like for me it does. So when it's something like this where I got it from Sephora, and when you apply onto your skin it just sinks in very fast, it doesn't leave a film on your skin, and it doesn't really smell as strongly of sunscreen, although there is still a sunscreen smell. I kind of personally like the sunscreen smell, but too much I get sick of it. But this is just nice. It's like a mild sunscreen smell, and most importantly it doesn't leave like a white cast on your skin. So when I use this in the day, I don't have to worry about unblended patches of white sunscreen thingies on my skin. As you can see, it's like not sticky at all, and it's already all blended in, and it's also very moisturizing, which means that I can also skip the body lotion step and go in with this as my body lotion step, so that I save time with that one step and also get protected at the same time, which is awesome. And this is one of like the best discoveries that I have found, and I can't wait to try more product from Supergoop because they have like an entire line of sunscreen and sunscreen related products that looks very innovative and fun, and like sunscreen's always good for you, especially if you live in a sunny island like Singapore. And next up, the third item is actually just a range of products, and it is the Bath & Body Works body lotion in this kind of bottle. I have two right here, and the other one is actually at my grandma's place right now, so I don't have it on hand, but I'll insert a photo over here. It's the one in the warm vanilla scent, if I'm not wrong, and that's actually my all-time favorite scent. That bottle that is now currently sitting in my grandma's house is my third repurchased bottle of that scent. That being said, I've also bought two. These ones are, I think, limited edition scents from their Christmas collection. I just bought them recently. This one is the Hot Cocoa and Cream scent, and this is the Vanilla Bean Noel scent. I have a thing for sweet vanilla-y smelling, vanilla bean smelling kind of fragrances, and especially in my body lotion, because I feel like those are the yummiest thing to put on your body, especially for, I don't know, it just makes me want to put lotion on my body. I want to smell like cake. I want to smell like vanilla and cake and yummy things. Vanilla Bean Noel is like, I used to have this in a candle, and then now that I see that they have an entire range of body care products, especially this lotion, I'm like, Yes! So I got this one. I've been enjoying this one as well as this one, which is a hot cocoa and cream one. It literally just smells like hot chocolate and it's the most delicious thing on earth. I actually like the formula a lot. Instead of being sticky and heavy on the skin, these ones actually sink into the skin very easily and very quickly, but it doesn't leave the skin feeling like it should have more moisture. Instead, it gives the skin all the moisture that it needs and it just feels so hydrated and so nice and yummy and just comfortable without the sensation that it is dry and tight and uncomfortable. And the fourth thing on my list is also a body care product. I actually don't have this body care product with me anymore because I just recently used it up. So even though I don't have this product on hand right now, I still really want to talk about it because I love it a lot, and that is the Lotion Almond Body Oil. I'm not sure what the exact name is, but it will be on the screen right here along with the picture of the body oil. So this body oil was the only thing that stood between me and scaly crocodile skin when I went to Japan back in October, which was like when it was cold and getting colder every day because it was autumn. If you like the scent of almond, it's really nice, but it's like a wonderful sweet smelling oil that is thick and luxurious and hydrating. I exceptionally like to use this oil, especially when I'm in Singapore, when I have exfoliated or shaved my body, because it really makes the skin that has already been exfoliated feel so much softer than if you were to go in with a regular body lotion like these ones. You just wake up feeling very moisturized and hydrated and the skin feels so soft. Every time I apply this oil onto my body, it is a very nice treat and it feels like a spa experience. I actually used it up when we were in Japan because we had to really slather a thick layer of it on to keep ourselves moist and protected from the cold and dryness. Okay, now that we're done with the hair and the body stuff, which brings us to 4 items. The rest of it are just like pretty random things. So I'm gonna start with 2 edible / food objects, and the first one will be a coffee, like a coffee powder, and this is from Marks and Spencer's. This is their Cafe Noir freeze-dried French-style instant coffee, dark roasted and full-bodied coffee, like coffee powder, like instant coffee, and it's in this small purple packaging. Because like at home we don't have like coffee machines, or we don't really do like drip coffee or anything fancy like that. When it comes to like drinking coffee and getting caffeinated at home, we usually just rely on like a very simple instant coffee powder like this. And like over the years I've tried so many different types of coffee, especially as a college student. You always want coffee in your system. Even now, this coffee is like my favorite coffee because it tastes so good. I don't even know how to describe coffees to you because I'm not like a coffee connoisseur, but I guess it's like what it says. It's like dark roasted and full bodied, so this coffee is not very acidic and definitely not much of like a fruity flavor or anything like that. It tastes borderline bitter if you have it on its own, and it's it just tastes very round. I hope you know what I mean. It just tastes round, not too acidic and not too bitter, and it's not too fruity, neither is it too nutty. It's just right in the middle, and it's just a very well balanced flavor which tastes so good, especially when you add it with milk, and it's just like the best coffee ever. And this is probably my 5th or 6th bottle. I just drink at least 1 cup a day, and in every cup I use 2 teaspoons of powder to water to milk. Next up we have this this souvenir thingy that I got from Japan. So this is like a snack souvenir that I got from Japan, and this one is from the brand Tokyo Milk Cheese Factory. I got it from the airport. Basically these are cheese cookies. I got it in 2 flavors. I got it in this 10 pieces boxes. So this one is limited edition, and it's their Porcini and Gouda flavor, which is actually a limited edition flavor. And I got them in the 10 pieces case because I didn't want to like eat too many of this. The other one, which comes in like a white version of this box, is their salt and camembert cheese cracker. So this one is the original, and then this one is their Gouda and Porcini, or rather Porcini and Gouda flavored. Let me open like their original one, okay? I'll eat it later. Oops. So when you tear it open, it looks like this. My mom's gonna kill me if she sees this video. It's like a sandwich, like a cookie sandwich in a sense. There's like that cheese filling in the middle. I guess that's the salt and camembert thing. Whereas this cookie over here is just like their regular milk cookie or something. And I'm not exactly the best person to ask for foodie recommendations because I don't really pay attention to food as much as most of my friends and the people that I know, but these ones are so yummy that I just have to share. Sometimes the shiroi koibito, the ones that are very famous, the ones with the white chocolate, those can be a bit cloying with that sweetness. So if you're looking for something different, maybe try these ones, because these ones are like the same thing but with cheese instead of white chocolate. Okay, the rest of the products that I want to show you is actually super random, so let me just grab this bag over here. This is sort of like a diaper multi-purpose kind of bag, and it's humongous. It's actually smaller than I thought, but it's still humongous. It actually is like a Moomin. As you can see, there's like illustrations. So this diaper bag multi-purpose bag thing is actually part of the Moomin merchandise kind of thing. I don't know what logic behind it is, but then the Japanese actually sells a lot of their bags in boxes in bookstores. This is actually a bag that came in one of those boxes, and I've been eyeing it for a very long time, ever since I was in Singapore, and I went over and I found it and I just bought it because I wanted it so bad. Because like, if you didn't know, I love my browns and I love Moomins. It's like one of my favorite characters, part of the Moomin merchandise kind of thing. I don't know what logic behind it is, but then the Japanese actually sells a lot of their bags in boxes in bookstores. This is actually a bag that came in one of those boxes, and I've been eyeing it for a very long time, ever since I was in Singapore, and I went over and I found it and I just bought it because I wanted it so bad. Because like, if you didn't know, I love my browns and I love Moomins. It's like one of my favorite characters. I just thought that this bag would be so convenient to like store anything in. Like if I want to go on like a picnic date and stuff, this one can store so many things. Look at how big it is inside. There's no additional compartment inside, but it's pretty deep, as you can see, and it stores a lot of stuff. And then there are like pockets on the sides like here, and three deep pockets in front. I've actually been using this as like a overnight bag, so I would put like my toiletry bags and my makeup bags and like my chargers and stuff, and like just stuff a lot of things inside there, and then like zip it up and then bring like another extra bag for like my clothes and stuff, and then I'll just bring it over to my grandma's place to stay over. That, you know, when we go to like picnics and stuff, we can pack a lot of things inside. Or if I ever become a mom, this will be a very good diaper bag. It is actually one of their marketed way of using this bag, which is like a diaper bag. It's so big and useful, don't you think? So that's number 7. So the 8th product that I wanted to show you is Tim right here. So back in November, me and my boyfriend actually went on a 2-week vacation to Japan. That's why I had this. So when we were in Kansai, we took one day to go to Universal Studios Japan, and that is where I got this guy over here. And I'm not the most familiar with Minion and the movies and their characters, but I have gathered that this little guy is like Bob's favorite bear. Yeah, Bob's like this minion over here, one of the 3, and he has a favorite bear, and it's this bear, and I believe his name is Tim. I might be wrong, but it should be Tim, so I've been calling him Tim anyways. And yeah, they have like many sizes of this, and I just found this so cute. So this is like a new addition to my bed, and this is Tim, and it's my favorite out of everything that I bought. I actually bought these 2 from Japan too, but in terms of like which soft toy is my favorite from the year, it is definitely Tim, because I don't know, it's just there's something so cute about Tim. It's like floppy and he has a tummy, and the best part is he has the stupidest face with that tongue, the lopsided tongue and stuff. Oh my god, It's like the best thing ever. I don't even watch Minions. And then the last two things are actually a book and a game. So first of all, let's go with the book. Okay, so the thing about this year is I don't think I've finished many books. Even this book that I'm going to tell you about right now, I have not finished it. I've been very bad with like the reading thing the whole of this year, but that's also partly because like I just graduated from school and all I did in school was read because I was from English literature and I'm just sick and tired of over-analyzing books, so I just decided to give it a break. But then I still love books a lot, so it's like this dilemma thing that I cannot just get over. Anyways, this book is called The Hidden Life of Trees, What They Feel, How They Communicate, Discoveries from a Secret World. It is written by Peter Wohlleben. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. The thing is, like, even though I haven't finished this book per se, I already love it a lot and it is like the best book that I have purchased in 2019. Mr. Wohlleben, who works with forests, he used to be a forester and then now I'm not sure if he's still cutting down forests, but he works very closely with forests. As someone who researches and lives with forests and understands forests and trees very well, he wrote this book trying to describe how trees operate in a forest sort of setting and how the forest as an ecosystem and as a whole is like a living thing where it's like trees have their communities and the community is the forest. And he just goes in depth into how like the trees communicate, how trees grow, and he writes about trees in a way that personifies them a little bit more, and he uses terms that would make us as readers, as human beings, understand how trees work a little bit better. Trees are very different beings from us, but I like the way that Mr. Wohlleben has written about trees that makes understanding them a lot better. He also exposes so many different hidden worlds about trees and how they're connected to the soil. He gives like tree facts that I've never thought about till I read it, and it's just been giving me a more in-depth perspective on life as a whole, as well as like nature and of course trees and forests. So even though I haven't finished it, I highly recommend this book to anyone who wants to understand more about trees and Mother Nature and like things like that, or like if you just want to feel connected to like something bigger than yourself, or like something that's like more removed from the daily city life. If it piques your interest, I think it's a good read. So that's my book favorite of 2019. And then last but not least, the last favorite of 2019 is also very annoying, and I feel some type of way about this. Me and my boyfriend started playing this game back in like the second half of the year. That's when we started playing this, because this is a very new game and it's called Ooh La La. And it's like one of those idle games where you don't have to really have to control the character to play and things like that. It's more like a pressing buttons and asking your characters to do things kind of game. I've played so many handphone games, and this is the one that I've been consistently going back to doing the quests, the daily quests, to make sure that my characters stay strong and capable of doing anything. So basically this game is set in the caveman times, I think, where there are like dinosaurs and dragons and things like that, and you're like a barbarian caveman kind of person that forms a team with 3 other players to advance stages, killing MVPs at every stage to reach a certain pinnacle, like a certain place. So it's like the run-of-the-mill MMORPG games. Instead, this is like an RPG game without the need for you to really move your characters around and find an area to grind and do this and that to like farm and things, because it like literally automatically farms for you until you grow strong enough to defeat an MVP to go on to the next stage, and then to the next stage, and to the next stage until you finish all the stages in the map, and then you proceed to the next map. So it's a very progression based sort of game, and it has so many facets. To make your character strong, you have to catch pets. Your potential and how strong you can get depends on the pets, and then also the pets and the MVPs are categorized into different elements, so that also affects how you play the game. And then you also have to consider like clutter cards and toy boxes, where you have to attach different toys with different like effects to your skills to like make your character function the best in every type of different bosses, because every boss has his own element and pattern and things that you have to do to trump the boss. If it doesn't work, you have to like alter the skills and the patterns and study the pattern of how the MVP is trumping you so that you can trump him, and that game takes a lot of time. But at the same time, it doesn't take up too much time because you don't have to actually be there to like control your character. You just have to control what your character have. I have 4 characters and I have to deal with all of them every day, at least twice a day, although I do it like maybe 4 or 5 times a day. Every time I go on, it's like an hour in the morning and about half an hour every time I log in throughout the day. And it's been a whole thing. It's been like the game that we can't stop playing. Me and my boyfriend, we just play the game every day, and it's been like this for like 3-4 months if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so with that is the end of my hair, body and random favorites for 2019, and I hope you enjoyed this very much. If you haven't watched my makeup and skincare favorites of 2019, please go ahead and find the links down below or on the screen, wherever I'm gonna put it, and do go ahead and watch those as well. And yeah, that's it from me today. If you like this video, please remember to give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this and more. And I'll see you tomorrow in my next favorites video. Bye!